The Vancouver Canucks are once again going through changes this offseason in an attempt to retool, not rebuild, just retool the team for the upcoming season. Welcome back to Gillis TV. If you're new to the channel, like anything NHL, MLB related trades, news, rumors, whatever there is, we'll have it on the channel for you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Now, things kicked off this trade deadline this year when they acquired Filip Hronek from the Detroit Red Wings. Really solid player, could be a great addition to the Vancouver Canucks decor, but really ramped up when the team bought out the massive contract of Oliver Ekman-Larsson. This opened up a fair bit of room this year and the following few seasons to alter their defense with some players. With a lot of cap space cleared up for the next 2 seasons before the buyout penalty starts to get a bit higher, so that's when it goes to 4-point-some million because of the buyout, the Canucks will likely dip into somewhat of a weak free agent market for defense this year. They have been linked to 2 individuals in particular recently, Matt Dumba, formerly with the Minnesota Wild, and Carson Soucy, formerly with the Seattle Kraken. It is said to believe that Carson Soucy has no intentions of re-signing with the Seattle Kraken. Matt Dumba, he's been trade bait for probably about 4 years now. So I don't see a scenario where Minnesota will actually buy or try and keep Dumba. So there's that. Dumba is very likely done with the Minnesota Wild. And while he still has the capability of being a strong defenseman, injuries have hurt him in recent seasons, causing him to fall off offensively most of all. His last 4 seasons have been weaker than what he has been known for, but he could still play a physical game and log a lot of minutes. If Tyler Myers is the next buyout by the Canucks, expect Dumba to be the replacement for the top 4 on the right side, as Luke Fox reported that the team has kicked tires on him. The other player the Canucks are expected to target is Carson Soucy, who would be a great addition to the current Canucks team. He could not only shore up the left side, but has the potential to play second or third line minutes, typically used as a third line pairing defenseman. He's effective at both sides of the ice for the limited minutes he gets. The Canucks should be set for blue liners who can contribute to the offense, so Soucy would be a cheaper acquisition to keep more pucks out of the net. One thing is for certain, the Canucks are going to be adding a defenseman in the next week. So, couple things here, as there was a trade in the MLB, which popped up on my phone. Couple things here. Carson Soucy is going to be an excellent player for whoever he signs for. He is that second, third line pairing D-man, physical. He doesn't complain. He goes out and does his job day by day. The one question mark is Matt Dumba. His health for the Vancouver Canucks, if they buy out Tyler Myers, which by the sounds of it could happen within the next week or so if they can't find a trade partner. Matt Dumba, like I said, injuries, but can be a really good addition to the Vancouver Canucks if healthy. He is only 28 years old. We got to remember that. In 6 playoff games this year, he had 2 assists, and he was a plus-minus of 0. In 49 career playoff games, he has 15 points and a -4. This season, he played almost every game but 3, had 14 points in 79 games. That's where the offense dropped off for Matt Dumba, but hey, he was only a -8, and over his career, he has 236 points in 598 games as a defenseman, and is a plus-minus of 29. Sorry, I had to turn the brightness up. So Matt Dumba would be a great addition to the Vancouver Canucks, who, you know what, they bought out OEL, who in a few seasons will be charging them 4-point-some million. Tyler Myers is bought out, a lot of that will actually be higher as well. So they have a decision to make when it comes to Tyler Myers. That's the key piece in this. Now Carson Soucy, who is 28 years old as well, 2 points in 14 games for the Kraken, +6 in the playoffs in 78 games this year, so he missed 4. He had 16 points, +18. Really shut down defenseman. He has 68 points in 250 games plus 61. So Carson Soucy is a great second, third line pairing. He kind of reminds me of a Luke Shen, a younger Luke Shen, who the points aren't going to be there, the assists aren't going to be there, but the physicality in the defensive zone, can read the defensive play really well of the other offensive team. So Carson Soucy might cost a little bit more than Matt Dumba, I believe, but you are getting a really solid player, and it depends on what Matt Dumba's looking for, what the team is kind of thinking for Matt Dumba. I think Carson Soucy's anywhere between the $2.5 million range to the $4.5 million range, depending on what offers he gets, where Matt Dumba might be more between the 3.5 to 5.5. So there is that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Vancouver Canucks do here in the next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. I'm on out of here.